So our September plant of the month is the Lindheimer Muhly. This is a clumping grass plant that is an evergreen in our part of the country. A little further up, it's deciduous, so we'll call it a semi evergreen plant. It is about 2 feet to 5 feet tall. It's kind of like a fountain shape to it. And if you look at the photo of this here, this is a shot of it in the fall. In the late summer, its flower begins to come out like a grayish, red, pinkish flower that turns to a sort of an ivory white color. And then as it turns to full seed late in the fall, it's kind of like a brown seed that birds just love to eat. And actually, they use the material for their nesting as well. It is normally grown in limestone outcrops where there's good drainage. When you're trying to get this established, you can establish it from seed or transplanting. It is very easy to transplant, transplants very well. It's normally found in the Edwards Plateau, and usually there's a stream nearby. So if you see these things growing and you don't see the stream, chances are it's kind of going underneath and seeping underneath it. It's a great plant for landscaping. It has many uses. You can use it as a specimen plant, or in this case here, as you can see in the photo here, as a massing. It really adds some nice texture to a landscape if you're looking for that, as well as when it sways in the wind, it kind of adds some interest as well. It can be also grown in a pot, but you have to be especially careful that you don't overwater it or underwater it. It really needs good drainage, but once it's established, it's very drought tolerant. And speaking of tolerance, it is very deer tolerant. Deer don't mess with it. It's super low maintenance. I don't know of any pests that affect this thing here. It is also known as a Big Muhly, as another name for it. It's a perennial, of course. It can also be used in a landscape in the background where you plant some flowering annuals in front of it, so it makes kind of a nice look there. It is a substitute for what you may see in many landscapes of Pampas grass. That's the grass where you go to kind of slide your hand across it and it cuts your hand. Well, if you do this one, which has kind of a nice bluish green color to it, it will not cut you at all. There is another plant that's some people use in their landscapes. That's the Chinese silvergrass. This would be a good substitute for that. And speaking of alternatives to invasives, this is our nice fall plant as well. We have the nice program that basically we have lined up with our plant of the month where we talk about each one of them. Another muhly that is not this one, but is that's in the fall is going to start looking real good is the Gulf Muhly. It's smaller than this one, and rather than have like a white or ivory white type seed head, it's going to have sort of a rose or pinkish seed head. Both of those plants, when you see them backlit by the sun, they're just super striking, and with a little breeze to them, it's really very interesting. Any questions about this plant? Yes. No, you can cut them down. That's a good question there. In the late fall, I guess, and when you can cut them back maybe a couple feet, and that'll encourage more blooming the next year. They tend to, on their own, sort of die from the bottom on their own, and then you can easily take a rake and just pull that out. But again, it makes nice nesting material for birds as well. Another question.
When are their seeds ripe?
When are the seeds ripe? At the end of the fall.
Okay, so you would want to wait until, depending on if you want more or not, you would want to wait until seed drop before you cut it back.
Yeah,
Yeah, I do it late winter.
yes. Okay,
The only other thing is there's a couple of really nice ones out in the parking lot, so everyone can go and lay eyes on it on their way out this evening. They are looking just as lovely as that picture.
another question in the back?
So I know some grasses you have to get the heart of it, and some grasses you can chop off the edge and get cuttings. Do you know what this one is?
You can, you don't have to get the heart of this one. You can, cut the edges. And again, easy to transplant that cutting that you take off of an edge of it. You know, you'll have to water it to get it established, but once established, it's kind of on its own.